Imagine being married to the most powerful being in the universe. Now, imagine that your spouse can't stop chasing after other lovers. Welcome to the tumultuous world of Greek mythology, where even the queen of the gods isn't immune to marital drama. Today, we're diving into the fascinating tale of Hera, Zeus, and the elaborate tests she devised for her husband's many lovers. In ancient Greece, the gods were far from perfect. They embodied human traits, love, jealousy, anger, but on a grand, immortal scale. And no relationship exemplified this more than that of Zeus and Hera, the king and queen of Mount Olympus. Zeus, the mighty ruler of the gods, was known for his power, wisdom, and unfortunately, his wandering eye. His list of affairs was longer than a scroll in the library of Alexandria. Hera, on the other hand, was the goddess of marriage and childbirth. Ironic, isn't it? The patron of faithful unions was stuck in the most unfaithful marriage in all of mythology. But Hera wasn't one to sit idly by while Zeus gallivanted across the mortal world. Oh no, she had a plan, a series of tests and trials for Zeus's lovers that would make modern reality TV shows look tame in comparison. Let's start with one of Zeus's most famous affairs, his relationship with Io, a beautiful priestess of Hera's own temple. When Hera suspected Zeus's interest in Io, she didn't confront him directly. Instead, she devised a clever test. One day, Hera descended from Olympus and approached Io. With a smile that could freeze the Mediterranean, she said, "My dear, I've heard so much about your beauty and grace. Surely you must be blessed by the gods themselves. Tell me, have you ever met my husband, Zeus?" Io, caught off guard and fearing Hera's wrath, stammered and denied any knowledge of Zeus. But Hera wasn't fooled. She knew the signs of her husband's dalliances all too well. As punishment, she transformed poor Io into a white heifer, a cow, and set a 100-eyed giant named Argus to watch over her. Zeus, seeing his lover's plight, sent Hermes to rescue Io. The clever messenger god lulled Argus to sleep with music and stories, then slew him. But Hera wasn't done yet. She sent a gadfly to torment Io, driving the cow-shaped maiden to wander the earth in misery. This tale of Io showcases Hera's cunning. She didn't just punish, she tested. By confronting Io directly, she gave the mortal a chance to confess. When Io failed this test of honesty, Hera's retribution was swift and creative. But Hera's tests weren't always so straightforward. Take the case of Semele, another of Zeus's mortal lovers. Hera disguised herself as Semele's old nurse and visited the young woman. In this guise, she planted seeds of doubt in Semele's mind. "My dear," the disguised Hera cooed, "are you sure your lover is truly Zeus? Many men claim to be gods to seduce innocent maidens. If he is Zeus, surely he would appear to you in all his divine glory." Semele, naive and in love, took this advice to heart. The next time Zeus visited, she made him swear on the river Styx, an unbreakable oath for the gods, to grant her one wish. Zeus, besotted, agreed without hesitation. Semele then asked to see him in his true, divine form. Zeus was horrified. He knew that no mortal could withstand the sight of a god's true form, but bound by his oath, he had no choice. He revealed himself in all his thunderous, lightning-wreathed glory. Poor Semele was instantly incinerated. This test was particularly devious. Hera used Semele's own insecurity and Zeus's rashness against them both. It wasn't just a punishment, it was a test of wisdom and restraint, one that both Zeus and Semele failed spectacularly. But perhaps Hera's most famous test was the one she devised for Heracles, Zeus's demigod son. From the moment of his birth, Hera despised Heracles as living proof of Zeus's infidelity. She sent 2 serpents to kill the infant Heracles in his crib, but the supernaturally strong baby strangled them with his bare hands. Realizing that direct action wouldn't work, Hera opted for a more insidious approach. She manipulated events to drive Heracles temporarily mad, causing him to kill his own wife and children. When Heracles came to his senses, he was devastated and sought redemption. This is where Hera's test truly began. She influenced the Oracle of Delphi to prescribe a series of seemingly impossible tasks for Heracles, the famous 12 labors. These included slaying the indestructible Nemean lion, capturing the Erymanthian boar, and cleaning the vast Augean stables in a single day. Each labor was designed to be an insurmountable challenge, a test not just of Heracles' strength, but of his wit, courage, and perseverance. Hera hoped these tasks would break him, or better yet, kill him. But Heracles surprised everyone, perhaps even himself, by completing all 12 labors. In doing so, Heracles not only redeemed himself, but achieved immortality, becoming one of the most celebrated heroes in Greek mythology. Ironically, Hera's attempt to destroy him had only made him stronger and more famous. These tales of Hera's tests reveal much about the ancient Greek view of the gods and human nature. The gods, for all their power, were flawed beings, subject to jealousy, anger, and pettiness. Hera, in particular, represents the complexity of human emotions, the pain of betrayal, the desire for revenge, but also cunning and resourcefulness. Her tests often backfired, creating some of the most enduring myths in Western culture. Io's wanderings explained the geography of the known world to the Greeks. Semele's fate led to the birth of Dionysus, the god of wine and revelry. And Heracles' labors became a template for the hero's journey, influencing storytelling for millennia to come. But these myths also serve as cautionary tales. They warn against the dangers of jealousy, the consequences of infidelity, and the unpredictable nature of divine intervention in mortal affairs. They remind us that even the most powerful beings can be undone by their own flaws, and that wisdom and restraint are as important as strength and cunning. In modern times, we might not believe in Zeus hurling thunderbolts or Hera transforming people into animals, but the themes these myths explore, love, jealousy, revenge, redemption, are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. We see echoes of Hera's tests in our own lives and culture. The reality TV shows where participants face outrageous challenges, the scandals that rock celebrity relationships, the workplace rivalries that spiral out of control, all of these have their roots in the same human dramas that played out on Mount Olympus. As we reflect on these ancient tales, we're reminded of the enduring power of mythology. These stories have survived for thousands of years because they speak to something fundamental about the human experience. They help us make sense of our world, our relationships, and our own complex emotions. So the next time you face a challenging situation or a test of your own, remember Hera and her divine trials. And ask yourself, how would you fare if the Queen of the Gods decided to test you? Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for the next episode.